first session in counseling topic. There were some points that were still missing. And then we will do with the second topic I was supposed to develop, which is the art of listening and asking questions in counseling. If you have your outlines with you, on Sunday we were at point 3. So here we are. I think it's important in the first session to describe at least an outline of the expectations the counselee has. So I usually the question.
I've worked in care for about 3 years.
What would you like to accomplish?
And the thing about care is,
in which ways would you like to
essentially they ask you to care. They ask you to care for people. But I don't think they really ask you to care about people.
I make them write them down.
Well, they do. It doesn't quite line up.
Not only subjective. Write down your expectations. What you like to do.
I remember I worked with this guy, and he got so bad that he had to be. We just worked in a hospital together for like 3 months. I worked day shifts with him. I worked night shifts with him, and
sometimes it's not possible to do it.
Eventually, even the other carers, they didn't want to work with him anymore. Which is fair enough. It was hard work. I worked with him and I rewrote his care plan, and I knew how to work with him. But then one day he was just gone again. He got moved, and he's just gone.
Are we making any progress? How do you feel? You feel we are making, we're moving forward? So having some therapeutic goals described and written down, I think is very, very helpful.
Yeah, I knew him really well. I knew everything he needed. He was non-verbal, so we didn't talk a lot. We just worked together. But we had this way of talking. We got to a routine where I knew what I was doing. I'd come in every day and I'd sit with him, and I'd go to the cupboard and we'd get out spare bandages and spare blankets and fresh bed sheets and everything else, and then I'd just go in, and then the other person would come out and they'd be like sweating and I'd like love them and stuff, and they just shake their heads and we talk for a minute, and then I just say, okay, and then I go in. And then that's just how we did it.
To work, to make progress. Especially in the area of our emotions and mental health and psychiatric disturbances, one important point to remember is that labels are not something static, rigid, forever, but they may keep changing. Labels may be dynamic.
I think the hardest thing was that I didn't feel like there was always a lot of therapeutic therapeutic like help for it. There wasn't a lot of positive, proactive support. It was just a lot of medication, and it didn't seem to help him cope with his needs. Yeah, it was like 4 lots of opium a day. That was a lot, and you just lie in bed and just sit with him, and it could be like 3 in the morning. If he started moving, I'd just help him reset, and then just keep waiting again.
Of suicidal ideas, and perhaps one is progressive. Question 4, explaining the therapeutic process. I think it's important in the first session to give a hint of what we're going to do, both in practical terms, length of sessions, how often you will meet, etc. Even if you are not professionals, I think this is important. Richard used a very key word on the first day. He said you have to pastoral counseling with consistency. Remember that word, consistency. Although it is true that there is some casual, informal counseling that we all do while we are taking dinner together, etc., in spontaneous conversations.
I think the thing is when you've got 40 people to look after, and then all the things in between, you've got to do the weights, you've got to do the baths, you've got to do the medication, you've got to keep everyone happy, you've got to keep everyone entertained. And I think it's a system that only works. It only works when it's like when you've got the best people on, and they give their entire blood, sweat, and energy for it. And even then, if one thing goes wrong, or one person isn't pulling their weight, which is fair enough, because it's hard work, the whole thing falls apart. So I don't think it's really a place where you should be blaming each other. because
something people usually now
the whole thing is just held together by just willpower and,
the mountain is
you know, people just giving, you know, all their time and everything they've got. Sometimes you don't eat that day, the 12-hour shift, sometimes you don't eat, sometimes you don't take a break, but then that means you get the work done, which is good, right? You know,
that's the actual
in theory.
climbing. You do the climbing. What is the function of the Sherpa? Guide, guidance, and the Sherpa helps you
I think
carry
the last one probably is, you know,
you are the Sherpa. In personal counseling, you are the Sherpa.
I don't know if I'm,
We will not take them on our arms.
I don't know if I really want to talk about it. And I thought with the work from the hospital, I thought I was over that. I thought I moved past that. And then,
Anticipating wrong expectations, what the counseling can expect. What can be expected, we have already said. Climbing up a mountain, trying to clarify, defining the goals and making progress in all of these goals. The reason why I included this paragraph is because many counselee come to the counselor as a sort of magician, a magician who knows all the answers to all the questions for my life. Now,
I think there's something very,
expectation, immature
I
expectation.
don't know, traumatic about the way that you're
There's not someone who gives
employed for your ability to care, but you're not supposed to like feel. You're not supposed to let your feeling get in the way of the work, even when you know something very sad can happen to someone and then they're just gone, and then the next week there's just someone else in there, and you have to just move on, even if the reason that they didn't come out the other side was because of problems with the system and the way that the service is delivered. Even if, yes, people die, and that's sad, but that's fine. I've seen enough of that in the last 2 years. But when they're gone because of something that happens within the place where you feel is a result of the place not being funded enough, you know, it's just